Welcome to the Immigrantinlaw channel. If you live in Europe or are just planning a move, you know how convenient it is to travel here. Low-cost carriers, a developed network of trains and autobahns, short distances, all this allows you to literally be in another country in a couple of hours. Today I will tell you about 5 cities where you should go for a weekend. Quickly, inexpensively, and with maximum impression. No matter where you are, these destinations will be affordable, interesting and memorable. Budapest is not just the capital of Hungary, but one of the most atmospheric cities in Europe. It's an ideal weekend destination, especially if you want both to relax and to have a colorful experience. The city lies on both banks of the Danube, combining the grandeur of imperial architecture, affordable prices, and unique opportunities for relaxation. Why to go? Easy accessibility. It is convenient to get here from Central Europe as well as from the west or south. There are regular trains and buses from Vienna, Bratislava, Prague, Berlin, and Ljubljana. Flights fly every day, and tickets are often cheaper than a dinner in a restaurant. Baths. Thermal springs are Budapest's calling card. Széchenyi Baths is a luxurious open-air complex where you can swim even in winter. The Gellert Baths are a true Art Nouveau architectural fairy tale. Complete relaxation, mineral waters, massage, spa, all this is available without prior reservation. Architecture, the old town on Buda Hill, the Royal Palace, the Fisherman's Bastion, the Parliament Building, and of course the Chain Bridge. In the evening, it's all lit up and reflected in the Danube. Looks like a scene from a movie. Prices. Budapest is much cheaper than Western European capitals. Here you can dine in a good restaurant for 10-15 euros, rent a cozy hotel in the center, and even take a private tour without going broke. At the same time, the level of service is at a very decent level. And another major advantage is the food. Hungarian cuisine is hearty and flavorful. Goulash, langos, Tokaj wine, and strong palinka. You can just walk around and try everything. A gastronomic tour is assured. Who it's good for? Budapest is a versatile destination, perfect for couples who want to spend a romantic weekend. Evening walks along the waterfront, dinner on a ship, thermal baths. Suitable for solo travelers. The city is safe, understandable, interesting, even without company. A great choice for friends too. There are bars, festivals, street concerts, and in general life is boiling almost all year round. If you are in Europe, be sure to add Budapest to your list. In 2 days, you'll get the same impressions as you would in a week, and without being overwhelmed. Ljubljana is a capital city without the fuss. Small, green, incredibly cozy, it remains off the radar of mass tourism, and that is its charm. There are no crowds, no rush, no aggressive rhythm of the metropolis. If you want to exhale, reboot and feel at home, you're here. Why it's worth going? Compactness. Ljubljana is one of those cities where you can see everything in a day without feeling tired. The entire center is pedestrianized. The streets are paved with tiles. Along them there are cafes, benches, street musicians. This is a city for walking, not for rushing. Old architecture plus nature. The Ljubljanica River divides the city, and on its banks there are cozy embankments, bridges, restaurants, and art objects. Be sure to climb the Ljubljana Castle, which offers a panorama of the entire valley. Eco-friendliness. There are practically no cars in the center, only bicycles, electric cars, and tourist trains. It is one of the most environmentally friendly cities in Europe. It's clean, quiet, and green. Even the garbage cans here look designer. A great starting point. From Ljubljana, you can drive 40 minutes to the famous Lake Bled, to Triglav National Park, or to the Slovenian coast. The gastronomy here is also top-notch. Slovenian cuisine combines influences from Italy, Austria, and the Balkans. Everything is fresh from local farms, and the wine is a real discovery. Even an ordinary lunch on the terrace here turns into a pleasure. Who it's for? Couples, for leisurely romantic walks and solitude. Solo travelers, the city is safe, quiet, and very friendly. First-time European travelers, Ljubljana is ideal as a first point of introduction to a new region. It's also great for those who live in Europe and are looking for an off-the-beaten-path weekend destination without the overload of tourists. If you're tired of cities where everything is screaming and flashing, Ljubljana will be a real respite. It's a city that doesn't require you to pace yourself. It just exists, quietly, harmoniously, and beautifully, and that's what makes it appealing. If you want to really change the picture in front of your eyes, Porto is the best for that. Everything is different here. The air is salty, the light is soft, and the rhythm is unhurried. It's as if this city was created to exhale, release inner tension, and just live a couple of days without rushing. Porto is all about contrasts. Ancient buildings with peeling plaster neighbor with designer cafes, fishing boats with historic galleons, ancient azulejos with modern street art. What awaits you? Wine and tradition. Porto is the birthplace of port wine. On the opposite bank of the Douro River in the Vila Nova de Gaia neighborhood, there are dozens of ancient wine cellars. Here you can taste different varieties of port, walk through underground galleries, and learn how wine is aged for decades in oak barrels. Narrow streets, ocean views. The city sits on hills, and every turn is a postcard view. Red roofs, the river, the Louis Vuitton Bridge, boats, and sunsets. From the center, it's easy to get to the Atlantic. Just 20-30 minutes by streetcar or bicycle, and you're already walking along the surf. Cuisine. Portuguese cuisine is a separate reason to come. It is not only seafood and cod in dozens of variations, but also local cakes, bread and wine. Portions are generous, prices are moderate, and the atmosphere is given by the place itself. A dinner on the terrace overlooking the river is priceless. Accessibility. Despite its popularity, Porto remains relatively affordable. You can find a hotel or apartment in the center for reasonable money, eat delicious food without overpaying, and at the same time do not feel that you are in a tourist trap. Porto is a city where you don't have to hurry. You just want to walk, stop, look, breathe. Everything is relaxed, as if the city itself is telling you, take your time. Who it's good for? For lovers of the sea and ocean air, here it is fresh, invigorating, and literally energizing. For connoisseurs of gastronomy, Porto is a discovery of flavors, especially if you like fish and wine. For those looking for the atmosphere of real Europe, but without the tourist crowds, souvenir shops on every corner and typical routes, this is a city that requires nothing from you. You just come and it starts working for you, relaxes you, makes you happy, drinks you with impressions. And that's why you want to come back here so much. Krakow is a city you want to come back to, not the capital, but the soul of Poland. It combines rich history, lively atmosphere, student energy, and European intellectualism. The perfect place for a weekend away if you want something warm, real, and meaningful. Why Krakow? The Old Town is a UNESCO-protected site. It is one of the best preserved historical centers in Europe. Narrow streets, medieval buildings, the market square, St. Mary's Church, the tower of the former town hall. All this is not decoration, but real city life. Cultural diversity. Krakow has dozens of museums, from the National Museum to the Mossack Museum of Contemporary Art. There are historical exhibitions, art installations, an underground museum under the square, the Jewish quarter Kazimierz with a rich history, bohemian atmosphere. This is a city of students, creative people, and street culture. Jazz sounds in the evenings, musicians perform in the streets, bars are open until morning, nightlife is boiling, but without aggression and club hysteria, just easy and free. Transportation accessibility. Krakow is perfectly connected with neighboring countries. Direct trains from Vienna, Prague, Bratislava, Berlin. There is also an international airport with low-cost carrier flights, so coming here for the weekend is not a problem. Another advantage are the prices. Poland is still one of the most affordable countries in the EU. Here you can eat delicious food, stay in a stylish boutique hotel, go to an exhibition and not go over budget. Who it's good for? For lovers of history and architecture, every stone in Krakow means something. You can literally walk through the ages here. For those who appreciate art and culture but don't want queues and cumbersome logistics. For people who are interested in Eastern Europe without stamps, Krakow gives a deep, warm and honest impression of the region. It's easy to feel like you belong here. And even in a couple of days, you will understand why this city is called the heart of Poland. Krakow doesn't shock you. It reveals itself slowly, but it stays with you for a long time. Graz is Austria without the pathos. The second largest city in the country, but in spirit it is quite special. It does not try to be Vienna, and this is its main advantage. It is calm, tasteful and balanced, between history and modernity, between Austrian classics and bold architectural experiments. Why it's worth a trip. The old center is under UNESCO protection. The entire historic center is a kaleidoscope of architectural styles: Gothic, Baroque, Renaissance, Art Nouveau, and all of this in perfect condition, but without feeling like a tourist showcase. Contrast of forms. Next to the castle mountain and ancient roofs, you will find the building of the Alien Museum of Modern Art Kunsthaus and the glass island Murinsel, right in the middle of the river. This doesn't get in the way, but rather emphasizes the city's taste for contrasts. Capital of culture. Graz means festivals, exhibitions, street events, and creative community. Music, theater, design events, from chamber to international, take place here. Convenient logistics. You can get to Graz in just 2-3 hours from Vienna, Maribor, Ljubljana, Zagreb. There are both direct rail routes, buses, and low-cost carrier flights. A special part of Graz is the mood. It is quiet, beautiful, and very European. Without ostentatious gloss, but with taste in details. You can walk for hours, drink coffee in an old coffee shop, look at the mountains, and feel like you're in the right place. Who it's suitable for? For those who have already been to Vienna and want to see a different Austria, quieter but no less intense. For those who love architecture and visual harmony, Graz will surprise you. For those who appreciate culture but don't like crowds, here you can get all the same as in major capitals, only without overload and fuss. Graz is about taste, about balance, about how you can live in the center of Europe and not be in a hurry. If you are looking for a quiet, intelligent weekend with aesthetics, culture and comfort, this is the place for you. To make your weekend in Europe stress-free and maximize your enjoyment, there are a few simple but important recommendations, especially if you are traveling spontaneously or trying the short trip format for the first time. Plan logistics in advance. Check flight and train schedules a few days before departure. Low-cost carriers like Ryanair, Wizz Air and EasyJet offer cheap tickets, especially if you book in advance. If you prefer comfort, consider Railjet, Eurocity high-speed trains, and in some regions, Flixbus or RegioJet bus lines. This will save not only money, but also precious time. Choose accommodation closer to the center. Even if a hotel on the outskirts is cheaper, the time spent traveling doesn't pay off. In 2 days, it's important to be within walking distance of the main locations, cafes, and transportation. This way you can see more without spending on cabs or wasting hours on the road. Check out events in the city. Before you pick your travel dates, check the poster. There might be a festival, flea market, wine fair, or concert happening in the city that very weekend. This will set a unique mood and give you a taste of the local culture. Travel light. One backpack is your best friend, not only because low-cost carriers charge for luggage, but also because with a light luggage you are free to move around, by feet, by bike, scooter, public transportation. This is especially important if you move between countries or spontaneously change plans. Don't be afraid to stray from standard itineraries. Tourist top 10s are good, but the warmest memories often come from unexpected places. A courtyard where children play, an art gallery without a sign, a coffee shop in an alley without tourists. The lower the expectations, the brighter the impressions. These simple principles will help to make even a short trip full, comfortable, and truly memorable. After all, Europe is not just about architecture and museums. It is about sensations, chance discoveries, and your personal impression of each city. Traveling around Europe doesn't have to involve complicated logistics and long vacations. Sometimes all you need is 2 days, a ticket, and a little curiosity. We've told you about 5 cities where it's easy to escape for a weekend and get the experience of a full vacation. Budapest will give you thermal baths and the atmosphere of old Europe. Ljubljana, silence, purity, and perfect rhythm. Porto, the taste of the ocean, port wine, and unhurried charm. Krakow, rich history and sincere soul of Eastern Europe. And Graz, aesthetics, culture, and the very tranquility that we all appreciate. Each of these cities is unique in its own way, but they have one thing in common. You can get there easily, cheaply, and stress-free from anywhere in Europe. And you'll come back with new emotions, photos, and perhaps a new outlook on life. If you already live in the EU, take advantage of this opportunity. Explore, try, discover new things near you. If you're just planning a move, imagine how your life could change when weekends turn into little adventures available every couple of weeks. Leave a request for a free consultation with Immigrantinlaw lawyers. We will choose the best relocation strategy for you, prepare all the necessary documents, explain in detail the nuances of the law, and answer all your questions. We will study your case, your goals, your situation with no templates. Want to learn more or start the process today? Contact us. All contacts are listed in the description below this video. We're here to help you take a confident step toward a new life. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and ask your questions in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. Discover the world of opportunities with Immigrantinlaw.